Her Excellency, Hon'ble Ambassador of India to Japan, Mrs. Wadhwa, Hon'ble Minister of Communications and Information Technology, Government of India, Mr. Kapil Sibal, respected members of the delegation, Secretary, DeitY, Mr. Satyanarayana, members of the Embassy of India here in Tokyo, and my fellow colleagues from the IT industry here, a very warm welcome to all of you. On behalf of the India IT Forum, I extend a warm welcome to all of you this afternoon and thank you for joining us for this interactive lunch hosted by NASSCOM and kindly supported by HCL Japan along with the Embassy of India, Tokyo. For those of you who may not be very aware of the India IT Forum, we came into existence in the year 2000 with the objective of bringing together the IT industry, the Indian IT industry here in Japan, and giving them a common platform to not just get to know each other, interact with the Japanese industry, but also engage in information sharing and knowledge sharing as well. So since then, in the last 12 years, we've had almost 70 events all over Japan, during which time we've tried our best to become a bridge between the two countries. And we are very happy that at this very important juncture, we have the Honorable Minister here visiting us in Japan with his delegation and other senior members from the government. And we hope that his visit here is very fruitful. So without further ado, I would first request Madam Ambassador to please share a few words with us.
Honorable Minister, Mr. Kapil Sibal, Secretary IT, Mr. Satyanarayana, members of the Indian delegation, and my friends here from the IT Forum in Japan. I know all of you and I know what your issues are. I think we have a wonderful opportunity today for you all to be able to tell the Minister and members of his delegation what the issues are, what the problems are that you face in this market. We have heard a lot from you, and I think this is because I also have, would certainly benefit from this because we have opportunities very often to interact at the governmental level, and the minister coming here means that we are able to interact at the ministerial level. In fact, soon after this afternoon, we will be going and meeting the minister for communications, and I think it will be very a good opportunity to say what our concerns, your concerns are, and convey it to him. Otherwise, the minister's had a wonderful visit here so far. He's met most of the leading companies. He's already met the Minister of METI, and I can tell you the response is very good. And for the rest, I leave it for the Minister to be able to address you. Thank you very much for organizing this. The forum, NASSCOM, HCL, thank you very much. So.
Thank you very much, ma'am. May I request the Honourable Minister to please come and share his views with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your forum. Actually, I thought that I should be hearing from you, what the IT industry is doing in Japan and how it's faring. We obviously have a very small share of the market here. I believe with the overall context, you've only 2% share, which doesn't augur well for future prospects of our IT industry in Japan. So you have to tell me what your problems are so that I can raise them with the minister. As far as back home is concerned, IT is, doing well. It needs to transform because I think the BPO sort of share of the business is moving to some other countries like Vietnam and the Philippines and other countries as well. And I think as the IT sector moves along, a lot of the BPO business will also move to other countries. So in a sense, you have to go up the value chain and continue to grow at double-digit rates. As far as Government of India is concerned, we are supporting you fully in every possible way because ultimately the service sector contributes 54% to the GDP of our country. So the IT will be a very important factor in the growth story of India, and we will support you fully with the whatever possible tax concessions that you want. I believe that holiday is also going to be extended. The Finance Ministry seems to be more positively inclined towards that. So let's see what happens, but I want to hear from you what your problems are so that I can convey them to the Minister when I meet him this afternoon. Otherwise, if you want to know from me and have an idea of issues that may be of interest to you, please let me know. I will come back and tell you. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very encouraging words there from the Minister. Now, I would request Mr. Dwivedi from HCL Japan to please address.
Thank Thank you very much, and thanks a lot for spending your time today. On behalf of Indian IT, NASSCOM, and HCL, I'd like to welcome you and just give you brief setting about what
Speak into the microphone. No, it's okay.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so the timing is right for Indian IT industry to expand in Japan, because one of the major phenomenon that is happening is Japan needs India more and more due to geopolitical reasons and the issues of shortage of technical talent, aging society, and other issues which are well known to all of us. And Japan has been using China a lot all this while, and of late there is a need for China plus one strategy. And the China plus one strategy is what we go and see when we go and meet with our customers. But that plus one, there are a lot of other Southeast Asian countries which figure into that. And one of the reasons for that probably is that those countries are also aggressively marketing themselves here in Japan. And there is some kind of a cultural, closeness between those countries and Japan. So what are the, some of the issues that we face is definitely on the language side, because we've seen that in Japanese companies have not really changed when it comes to doing the business. So we need to strengthen our language institutes toward training in Japanese. So there are a lot of private companies which are working on that. Each of the large companies such as HCL, Wipro, and others, TCS, they have their own training centers where we train people for 6 to 9 months. Maybe there could be some incentivization that could be done through government as well, where we could get involved more in developing such institutes or enabling that. Then the other major issue is that culture and Japanese style of work. So there are close to about 900 Japanese companies who are doing work in India, but they are mostly for market as well as maybe for business and marketing rather than the IT things. The reason is that again, when it comes to actually working, we need to ensure that there is a good cultural fitment and the way of working is similar. So the Indian IT companies are building Japan-focused units, and we have a handful of people here who have been working in this market. That's definitely one of the constraints when we try to grow that. So again, like if we were to build those institutes and increase the supply of people who are taking exams such as JLPT, which is one of the exams for training Japanese. So if you look at the number of people taking JLPT in other countries such as China and others, it's far more, maybe 100 times more that of India. So in India also we have seen that increasing, but having people taking those exams get more aligned to the Japanese way of working is definitely going to help us a lot. In terms, otherwise, we have issues in terms of withholding tax. So there's a 10% withholding tax, and that's at times an issue because that adds to the cost here. So probably we could look at working on that. And definitely, like Indian IT industry can offer many advantages to Japanese companies, which are definitely cost effective and talent and global reach. So that's a new trend that we are seeing, that Japanese companies are looking at Indian companies to support them globally, and we are stepping up and in Asian countries, in global countries, and in India the expectation is how the Indian IT companies can also help them establish, not from the manufacturing point of view, but at least product enablement point of view, or value engineering their products to suit to Indian market. So, these are some of the thoughts, and today, thank you for giving the opportunity, and we will have more discussion as we go along. So hopefully that will give you enough input for your meeting today.